All right, we're getting ready to start our upper body day. We do the same warm ups. We just do them stationary um, whenever we're doing it inside like we are today. Also, just make sure that just some general arm swings, just to kind of stretch the arms out, get the upper body warmed up as well. But it's always good to focus on some lower body hip flexibility. And again, getting those muscles warmed up, we're going to want to do the same cool down and stretches at the end, and we'll add a couple more onto that. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our upper body suggested workout. And we'll mix in a lot of ab stuff too, and I'll kind of talk about that as we go through. All right, Jackson, go ahead and start out with a stretch. This is just one other thing we do to kind of warm up the shoulders, the upper body, just make sure we've got everything good and ready to go. We're going to start out with a set of 10 push-ups. Now, we did this back starting in January. Started with 3 sets of 10, just worked up, 3 sets of 12, ended up with 3 sets of 15. The last set, we got to where we would just do as many as possible. So once he was doing 25 to 30 on that last set, now here recently, we've broken it out. We're going to do 6 sets of 10. Just make sure we're trying to focus on good form and technique as much as possible. Not just lifting the upper body, but bringing the hips up as well, going all the way down, trying to get as much of a full range of motion as possible. So just go ahead, knock out this first set, bud. Want to be explosive as possible. When we do this, keep our arms in tight. Good job. And then, so that's the first set. Now we're going to start mixing in some ab stuff in between each set. And then we will ultimately do a burnout on our 6th and final set. All right. Go ahead and go, bud. We'll talk while you're doing. We're going to do 3 sets of 15 of these sit-ups. This will just be the first set. We added a 10-pound weight for him to kind of keep pressed in front and lift up as we're going. Control that a little more on the way down, bud, so you're not slamming your back on the bench. Now, you don't have to use a bench. Obviously, we started out doing this just on the floor with me holding his feet, but somebody in the neighborhood was giving one away for free. So I jumped on it, and now we do it on here. But so just 3 sets of 15. Again, this is something we're doing in between our sets of push-ups. We'll follow this up with our second set of 10 push-ups. All right, we're going to do a set of Russian twists where you just kind of rock back balance. You're rotating from side to side, really trying to get your shoulders turned front to back as much as possible. It's kind of tough, but Jackson does a pretty good job at it. We added a 5-pound weight, just add a little more resistance. So we'll do 50 total, so 25 each way. All right, boss, go ahead. Touch the weather.
So that is press X to change.
Turn our shoulders. Those are your favorite, aren't they?
Oh no, the other words.
Now we're going to get a set of V-ups, just like the most of our ab stuff. We're doing 3 sets on. So here, assuming the dog doesn't eat Jackson or lick him to death, we're going to get 3 sets of 15. So this is where you want to keep the feet off the ground the whole time, and raise up and touch your hands to your feet in the middle. All right, so here we go, Jackson. Push into the side and get going. Yeah, you got 10. All right, so we're gonna do, again, 3 sets of these. Usually I hold Jackson's legs, but since I'm filming this, he's just scooting up against the wall to kind of better, help him keep his legs straight. He's gonna just put both hands together, go 5 toward each leg, and then 5 down the middle, and he's gonna do this twice. So really you're getting 30 reps per set on this. So, all right, buddy, go ahead. Good job. And again, we're doing 3 sets of these in between every set of 10 push-ups.
Let's get them on your side.
All right, Jackson, go ahead and get started. I'll talk while we're doing this. We're going to do our accordion sit-ups, which is where we try to lay out, extend out as far as we can, balance on our rear end. We want to do 15 of these, really concentrating on squeezing at the top, keeping our shoulders off of the ground. You can do a second and third set where you do these just to the right and to the left to work your abs kind of on the side and get into those obliques, but those were our accordion sit-ups. All right, so now we are at set number 6. You'll notice the technique kind of breaks down a little bit. You'll see the upper body come up a lot more quickly than the hips. It doesn't necessarily move as one, but that's okay. We're just trying to still try to get as much explosive movement as possible. Gut out some here. We go anywhere from a minimum of 10 to, I kind of put a cap of 15 reps right here. We might move up from that eventually, but that's where we've been the last couple of weeks. So set number 6. Go and get 5 more. All right, now we're going to do Supermans. We're not going to do all 10. We'll do 3 sets of 10 of this. I'll give him an up call, count to 3, and then he'll go down, and we'll just keep doing that until we get 10 reps. Quick pause, and then we'll do, like I said, 3 sets. So first set, bud, here we go. Up, 1001, 1002, 1003, down, up, 1001, 1002, 1003, down, up, 1001, 1002, 1003, down. So just make sure whenever you guys do this that they really squeeze the abs, low back, and their glutes, okay? And then we will go ahead and finish this so you don't have to listen to me. All right, these are called upright rows. We're going to do 3 sets of 10. If you use weights, you can just let it hang. We're using 10s. Go ahead, buddy. 3 sets of 10. You just want to get the elbows high, be slow and controlled. Just trying to add a little bit of strength to the shoulder area, the neck area, since so much of that deals with tackling and hitting and everything with football. Keep the weights as close to your body as you can as they're going up and down. And again, we'll do 3 sets of 10. All right, now we're going to do our windshield wipers. So we're going to do 3 sets of 10 each way. Go ahead, Jackson. Put your arms on a 45. Keep your shoulder blades down. Go ahead, bud. And take your legs side to side, trying to keep your feet together as you move. It helps to kind of be up against a wall or something. You don't want the legs drifting out away from the body. You want them straight up to back towards you a little bit. But again, we will do 3 sets of 10, and this counts one to the right and left as 1 rep.
Oh, I'm glad that
that was my
You
last
was at the
one.
last one while the dog's licking your face?
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to do some front dumbbell raises. So slight knee bend, got a 10-pounder, just holding it on each side, raising it up, straight in front, slow and controlled. And kind of like everything else, we will just do 3 sets of 10 of these. You good?
Yep.
All right, buddy, go ahead and go, and I'll talk about these while we're doing it. Time started. We're going to do a front plank. So we're going to get up on our forearms and our tiptoes. Try and keep our hips up, keep our butt tight, keep our abs tight the entire time. Again, we'll do this for a minute. Usually do 1 set of these each time we do it. We'll just try and maintain this position. When he starts to fatigue, you can kind of see hips getting a little crooked. Straighten those hips up, buddy. Get that right hip up. And you'll start to notice things start to fall. See that dip in the low back. So we want to try and keep a flat back. Want to try and keep the hips level and keep everything tight. During the process, you might have to lay beside them and kind of spot them in some certain areas. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can't do a minute, start with 30, 45 seconds, whatever you can do, and just keep working your way up. So you should be good. Time's up. All right, go ahead and go, bub. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 on our shoulder presses here. Again, just trying to be slow and controlled, keeping the weight in front of our ear. So keep them a little farther forward there, Jackson. Obviously spot if you need to, but just again trying to build a little strength through the shoulder area, and also make sure you're breathing while you're doing it. All right, buddy, go ahead and go up. All right, so we went in and started a timer. We're going to do a side plank. We want to obviously keep our hips up, try and keep our shoulders straight up. These are fun. These are not fun. I'm lying. Get your hips down a little bit, buddy. They're a little high. Right there. Now really work on squeezing your abs, squeezing your hips. Again, this might be something parents that you want to spot your kids with. Make sure that their body is as straight as possible from head to toe. And they keep a good slope going all the way down. We're doing this for 45 seconds. And then we'll take a pause. We'll flip over and do it on the other side. So, time's up. Good job, bud. Do some low back raises. Go ahead, Jackson. You just want to cross your arms, try and extend and get as straight out as possible. This works well doing this off the edge of this box. You can also do it off the edge of the bed. 3 sets of anywhere from 10 to 15. This is really good for your lower back. Try and really get that good extension at the top. All right, good job. Right, go ahead and start, buddy. These are kind of like mountain climbers. We're just bringing our knee across and really squeezing, working our abs. We're going to do 15 with each leg, and that will constitute 1 set. So I won't film all of them, but we'll do 15 with the right leg and then 15 with the left. Try to keep your back as flat as possible.
Oh, I'm hungry kids again.
All right, go ahead and do the other side.
Oh, you're still doing it.
Yep.
All right.
No rest in the middle, Captain. No breaks.
Well, you never said that.
I just did say it while we've been doing this video. Come on. All right, we're gonna do, we've got some resistance bands anchored over here to the elliptical. We're gonna do 3 sets of 10 of these. Keep those knees bent, buddy. Keeping our elbows at shoulder level. Just again, focusing on that entire shoulder complex. All right, go ahead, bud. These are called snakes. Again, trying to move our arms straight down the side. Keep those shoulder blades off the ground. We want to touch the heels. So we're going to go 25 each side, 50 total. And we'll do 3 sets. If it gets easy, you can always just kind of gradually move those feet farther away from your body. All right, so our stretches are pretty much the same thing we did yesterday. I'm just going to show you a couple extra that we've added in at the end since we did an upper body day to stretch out the back and some other things. So go ahead, Jackson. Doing this, you really just want to rotate, push away as hard as you can with that right elbow to get a good stretch in that back. Again, hold that for about an 8 count. And that's how long we'll hold those stretches. Then we'll do the other side. Go ahead, bud. So we're just going to roll back, throw our feet over our head. We're trying to stretch out that low back. 4, 6, 8. Good.
No, I'm stuck.
You're not stuck. Roll back over.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
All right, when he gets unstuck, we'll do a second set.
Thank you.
All right, last thing we'll do, we'll find a corner, get our hands up, really lean into that, stretch that for about an 8 count. Then we'll gradually move our hands down the wall, kind of get in more of a push-up position, and lean in, and then we'll eventually move them out wide. Just want to make sure you're far enough back from the wall. You don't want to necessarily put your face in it. But just kind of be able to lean in, get a good stretch, get those hips in there, and just use your body weight to really pull, kind of stretch those shoulders and that upper back.
That's
All
how
right?
I'm going to get stuck.
All right, that's the summary of our upper body workout. There are some body weight dips that you could put in there, some bicep curls if you wanted to do that. Some of that stuff you can leave out. If you're not comfortable doing anything with weights because you're worried about growth plates and things like that, but just everything I've looked into, I don't really believe that's going to be an issue, especially keeping the weight light like we're trying to do. So, but that's obviously a parental decision, so I will leave that up to you. But there's plenty of body weight stuff that you can do to be effective. Working out the upper body and just trying to get some strength in the arms, chest, back, shoulder area to just help just support your child during the contact aspect of football. Also want to make sure we really focus on that core, so keeping them stable. I think that just does a ton for injury prevention as well. And then making sure we do a really good job of stretching everything at the end. So hopefully you guys find some stuff from that you can take and use. Whole thing, this is a little longer, a little slower. Tends to run about an hour and a half, just depending. Could be an hour and 45, but again, I've got a little bit of time in the afternoons now, so prefer to take it slow so that we've got time to just do everything and try to do it right. And this is something that we'll do about every 4th day, so not necessarily twice a week, but about every 4th day. Make sure we got plenty of rest, following this in case there's any soreness or anything like that. So that's our upper body workout.